Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Knowledge Box and Cooking. Today I'm going to explain our second PUC English lesson, The Otter, that is written by Chinua Achebe. He is a renowned Nigerian novelist, poet, professor and critic. His works highlights the clash of Western and traditional African values. His style reflects Igbo oral tradition. Among his many works, Things Fall Apart, Arrow of God are very popular. Let's start the lesson. Roof is an educated person who returns to his village in order to help the illiterate people in his own way. He had worked as a bicycle repairer's apprentice in Port Harcourt, but out of a free will, he gave up his brighter future and returned to the village to help his people. However, the village Umofia had already produced a Minister of Culture, Chief the Honorable Marcus Ibe, in the outgoing government and was now running for another election with his party, People Alliance Party. It was at the time of the elections that he involved himself completely, both to meet his selfish needs and a bit of social concern. Roof was the perfect advisor for Juan Marcus during the elections as he required a person of Roof's nature to act as a campaign manager. The villagers had 5 years in which to see how quickly and plentifully politics brought wealth, chieftaincy titles, decorate degrees, and other honors. They kept wondering how politics makes people very rich in a short time because Marcus had been a mission school teacher before he joined the politics that came to their village. In a short time, he had become chief, the honorable with 2 big cars, and had built himself the biggest house ever in that area and Chernstead it, Umafia mansion in honor of his village. However, he is credited that despite his success, he was still devoted to his people. At times he left the good things of the city and returned to his village, which had neither running water nor electricity. He had just installed a private plant to supply the electricity in his new house. One day it was opened by the archbishop. He had slaughtered 5 bulls and countless goats to entertain the village people. They all praise him, but after the feasting, they become aware of how they had underrated the power of the ballot paper. Marcus was prepared for satisfying his voter this time around. He had drawn 5 months' worth of salary in advance and changed a few hundred pounds into shilling and gave the money to his campaign boys so that he could meet the expenditures. Roof, we are told, was the most trusted of these campaigners. The excited day right before the voting day was when Roof met 5 elders from the village in the house of Ogu Efi and gave them 2 shillings each, hoping that it would make them support Marcus. He reminds them that Marcus is a son from their own village and his part that his non-power has promised them pipe-borne water. They inform him that it is true what he tells them, but it would be shameful to take 2 shillings from Marcus because he is no longer poor. He is now rich and does his things like a great man. They give him a proverb that, but today is our day. We have climbed the Iroko tree today and would be foolish not to take down all the firewood we need. He understood what they mean by firewood because he too has been benefiting from the firewood from Marcus. So he added 1 shilling for each, but they still objected finally. He gave each man another shilling. He said if they don't like them, they may go and vote for the enemy, referring to the Progressive Organization Party, that means POP. This coalition was formed by the tribes down the coast to protect themselves from total political, cultural, social, and religious annihilation. Reports indicated that the party had unleashed a substantial amount of money in Umafia solely for the purpose of buying votes. On that same night, Marcus received a strange visit. A few of the POP campaign boys entered Roop's house and tempted him with £5 and asked him to vote for Maduka. He takes the money, then they ask him to swear by the local deity, I from Ambeata. He had no choice but to obey. On the day of the election, Roop watched the reaction of Marcus quite often because he did not want Marcus to suspect him. Marcus sat in his car shaking hands of the people who came to congratulate him in advance. Roof and other organizers gave the last minute instruction to the voters. It tells them that if they vote for the car, they will one day ride in it. Although everyone expected Marcus to win, he never wanted to lose any votes. After all the votes were cast, he entrusted his campaign team to begin the voting process with the rope. However, when Roof was asked to cast his vote, he felt unsure of what to do. He didn't want to betray Marcus even in secret. He thought that returning the £5, but it was too much money to turn down just like that. All of a sudden, a grand idea struck him. Without a second thought, he tore the ballot paper into two halves and put the first half into Maduka's box and verbally proclaimed that he has first voted for Maduka and put another half in Marcus' box and moved out. Conclusion of this lesson is Chinua Achebe magnificently captures how sweeping political changes affect indigenous people in a previously unheard of village in Africa. He lays more emphasis on the degenerating native culture, language, ethics, and lifestyle. P for the alien Western system, the evil hand of money in corrupting the innocent minds is apparent in the story. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone understand my explanation.